Hello everybody. Assalamu alaikum. So we're tonight. It's gonna be episode 8 of the Health Show. I'm super duper excited. Because tonight I'll be joined by Noor. She's a filmmaker. She's an artist. And it's gonna be a spectacular show. I'm very excited by the way. And here she is. Hello.
Hi.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You good? Sorry, थोड़ी सी video pause हो गई थी, but now we're good.
Yes,
We're good.
I'm here.
Yes, I can. I can. All right. So let's begin. First of all, tell us about yourself. Who's Noor? Who's this just amazing Noor we see today on Instagram and social media? How did that Noor became this Noor, and what's this Noor all about? Tell us about yourself.
So I'm a photographer based in Karachi. I don't really know what else to say.
All right. So how did you find that passion for film, and how did you started doing making films and photography and all of that?
I started after I got married. I got married to before that I was studying medicine. I did some wait.
Wow. Okay. Tell us about that.
I guess it was a phase of my life. I did it because my parents really wanted me to, and I got the grades. I got in it. I really wasn't happy. I was doing that. So I made like a gut drop out and get married.
That's great. All right. So starting off, my first question is related to health. It's because you're in the health show. It's a very important question, and that is, how do you keep yourself healthy?
Physically.
Yeah, and mentally as well.
Well, physically, I've generally been quite unhealthy for most of my life. Like I've never paid attention. Like making an effort to stay fit, working out, or eating healthy. For that matter, I quite a lot of junk at odd hours throughout my life. But about last year, I made an effort to join the effort and stick at it. So that has really helped. And also, I think I have a lot of animals. We rescue animals. So they require a lot of care. So in order to help them, I have to stay fit. I have the energy, do what I do daily, my career, and also to be able to help them. And the only way to do that, get fit, face my own energy, and just make an effort in myself. If you're not fit, you can't.
That is so true. That is so damn true. Noor, tell us about this. What is that one thing you wish you had known before you began your journey as a filmmaker and artist?
Before I'd begun it, I wish I had known just how much it matters how you communicate with people. Because it's all about the interaction. When you're filming or when you're doing photography, it's all about the interaction with your that makes everything different. It's not just about the editing. It's not just about how good you are. It's about how you interact with the subject. I wish I had done that. I wish I had worked in that more, but I mean, it's something I've learned from the job. Over the years. That's something I would advise other people. Who are starting to get into this.
Great. And also, there was a time when I really liked photography and filmmaking, right? I bought a DSLR. That was that time in our lives where, when you have a DSLR and you feel very cool. So, I started to learn a little bit about it, and obviously I learned about, the lighting and all of that. And that time I thought, filmmaking is all about the lighting. But just, tell us something a bit more about this. What is filmmaking all about? Hey, hello.
This is Minku. He's one of our rescuers. You'll see lots of them around. The question was, what's filmmaking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it's one of the most powerful mediums as far as art is concerned. You can make anything look like anything. Music plays a big part. Audio. You can tell a story completely from any perspective. And in film, what it is not lighting. Light is obviously one of that is filmmaking. It's not film. Everything about that. Everything about the celebrity or that's just a video. Darker than it is. Things brighter than it is. Filmmaking is a lot more not story cards. It's not the technicality. Anyone can make art. You see them all over.
They're beautiful. All right. So
Yeah.
filmmaking is all about storytelling. That's so right, actually. And that makes me come to my next question, which is very interesting. It's very exciting. I have always, a fun time with this question, and that is, if you had the time, energy, and money to do anything to keep you healthy, what would you do?
Keep me healthy. What? Physical sense or mental?
Yeah, physically and mentally both. Sorry, I cannot hear you. Is there a problem with the mic or something?
No. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Physically, I think I would run a lot more. Or maybe play some sport. Mentally, I would watch movies. That's all I would do.
All right, that's very productive use of all the time, energy, and money you got. Okay, what kind of seasons and movies are you into?
Everything really, anything that's good. I hate watching mediocre stuff. Anything that's
That
good,
is cool.
anything that's good. I usually like a lot of period dramas that revolve around history and events in history, and they're always interesting. But anything.
That is amazing. All right. So my next question is: who are the 3 people in your life who have been the most influential to you, and why?
Three people in my life. My mom. I guess. Because your mother's shaped you more than anyone else. There's no escaping that. Whether you want to admit it or not, it's true.
That is so true.
Number two, I think my husband. He's been a big part of my life. Because I've been married for some time when I was quite young, when I got married. He's one of them. And number three, I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Any inspiration in filmmaking industry? Someone you look up to? Someone you've learned a lot from?
No,
Oh, hello.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know how to keep a straight face because I can see.
That's completely fine. That's completely fine. All right. My next question is, if Noor could come up into my shoes, stand up into my shoes, what would she ask this Noor right now? So if Noor is over here and she's also over here, what would you ask yourself that I didn't?
You would ask. No. No. I'm sorry.
You know the question, but you don't want to ask it. Oh, it's okay. Okay.
I never.
All right. It's okay. There's a problem with your mic, I guess.
I don't know why the flag.
Yeah, it's good. All right. So just walk us through your the journey of filmmaking. When did you start? How many pitfalls you had? How many setbacks you had? What did you learn in the whole journey? And how has been this journey so far?
So I started around 2013. So it's about 7 years. It started just we've been shooting weddings for a long time. And then I started making videos. Just as a test. People started we liked them. So
Yeah, I think there's a problem with the mic once again.
yeah, I'm working on wedding films and a lot more documentary from the but that's how it started. Just on a whim. I taught myself how to film, how to edit, create everything. I think I would call myself technically it's true. But I feel like personally there's a long and I would like more before I can speak about it.
That is just so true. That is true. We all have our journeys, and there's always more to learn. There's always more to evolve, to grow, right? Tell us about this. What has been your biggest failure, and what did you learn out of it?
My biggest failure. Was probably dropping out of middle school. I mean that.
And what did you learn out of it?
I mean, if you have Asian parents and you're South Asian, there's no bigger.
I can imagine.
Especially when your dad is a doctor. There's no bigger failure. There was a lot riding on it. There was a lot of money, time, everything invested in it, and everyone said don't do it. But I was adamant that I'm going to do it. If it ruins my life, it ruins my life because I was not mentally at that time. All I wanted to do was get out of the situation, one way or another, and I don't care what I lose, want to be happy. So, what I learned from it, trust your instincts. You know yourself, and you should just have the courage to make if you feel they're the best thing. So yeah, that's what I learned.
Going after your heart, and just listening to what your heart says. I mean, obviously logical things, and then going after it. That's and not letting the world decide what's good for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't make sense. Like you're in med school and you're doing great, and you have a great career after this. You've never be out of work, great pay, everything. But it just didn't feel good. And that's honestly all. You're happy and you're at peace. You shouldn't regret anything. You shouldn't regret how to go about life. I don't have a degree right now, but I feel like I know much more without and I'm not saying I'm not that please I'm not asking you to come out, but it is more than one way to go through life.
And you're absolutely true. People, they let the world decide for themselves. There was a time when I couldn't get into government med school and I had to take a gap year. And everybody was telling me to leave medicine and go for something else. And there's a lot of other stuff going on, which is good scope apparently. Good scope in Pakistan and all those talks. And I decided no, because I genuinely loved medicine, right? And I'm so grateful and I'm so happy and content that I made that decision. I went where my heart wanted to go, and I entered medicine, because that I felt like that my calling was in medicine. And you're so right about this. The whole world was telling me to leave medicine and go somewhere else, and you also stick to your heart, and you're happy, you're content. The degrees, those things don't matter. The experience, the journey, the whole experience, that is what matters, right?
Absolutely. There's more than one way to live your life.
So
Whatever
true.
makes
So
you
true.
happy. If you're not happy, then you're not gonna have a job. You're not gonna help other people or help the world in any way. So might as well do something that makes you.
That is so true. I mean, there's a saying that you cannot pour from an empty cup, right? If you're not full yourself, if you're not happy, if you're not content with the life you're living, how can you ever make a difference? And if you're not making a difference, being a human, then I mean, what are you really doing, right?
Yeah, I completely agree with that, and I also think that I know this is the mental health show, and you're gonna ask me this. But I think that this whole conversation has been about that. My life is very much about that. If you're not happy, if you're not content, you cannot make a difference. You cannot help anyone else. So it's very, very important. It's very healthy, physically and mentally. And I think both things are interlinked. Because when I physical workout, it makes me if I'm having a really, really bad day. And I get forced to go out for a walk or a run, which is quite rare these days, but it instantly lifts your mood, you feel better perspective, you're a lot more positive, and you're much better to deal with any problems you face. If your perspective changes, mentally you can feel it, difficult situation is much better. So yeah.
That is absolutely true, Noor. And that my next question is, what do you think about health and wellness in today's society?
Sorry.
What do you think about health and wellness in today's society? In the basic culture that we have in Pakistan, what do you think about how is it seen?
What do I think about health and wellness in today's society? I think there's a lot more awareness about mental health in today's society. Mental health is stigma in people. No one really talks about. No one takes the attention. There's no. There was no concept of therapist. But now it's becoming more common. People are speaking about it. It's not just becoming something that you experience. Speak about it. Figure out. Speaking about it. I think it's getting better, but it's nowhere. People aren't getting the help they should, but maybe progress. Maybe there's progress. Maybe there's hope.
All right. There seems to be a little bit of internet connection problem, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We'll move on. Noor, tell us about this. Where can our listeners, our audiences, connect with you online?
They can message me on Instagram. I'm quite active on it. There is an email. and that's all I'm reached.
Oh, all right. And my next question is also very interesting. It is, since you're a filmmaker, you're an artist, and you're a wonderful artist, no doubt about it. I mean, I've seen your work, and you're just spectacular, no doubt about it. Alhamdulillah, mashallah, you're good. You're good at this. Tell us about this. And this question is very fitting to you, right? Because tell us about this. How do you keep yourself creative and in the zone? How do you keep yourself every single day?
Like in terms of my work.
Yeah.
So it's not possible to stay in the zone every day. You can't create constantly. I've had weeks. I've had months where I've not created anything.
Just down days.
Down months. It's not easy to keep creating every day. A lot of people do, influencers, content creators, they create something every day, every other day, and that's just a lot. That's a lot. I don't think I can do that because when I create something, I put my whole self into it. If I'm making a video, if I'm working a video, if I'm working on a project, my husband jokes about the fact that I spend one good project a year, and then that gets me work for the next year. I will sit there and perfect it and I will not be happy about it, but I'll have to give it. That's the type of person I am. I just keep working at it. So in order for me to stay in the zone, I surround myself with good art. I follow people who work I really admire me in one way or another. Watch movies I like one with another. Just generally surround myself. Then it's easier to create something that which you like. That's one case. That's also my advice to anyone. Who wants to educate themselves or keep learning how to grow and how to get better at art is to surround yourself with art. All types of art. Books, music, painting, movies, everything. Even your surroundings, like where you spend your time, that should also be something very pleasing, how you like it. Like keep trying to work at it, keep achieving that ideal.
That is absolutely true. It's I feel like it's the same as being positive. People talk about it, but there's a lot of times when we're in a negative state. There's a lot of negativity around. There's a lot of toxicity around. But if you have to be positive, you have to surround yourself with positivity, right? You have to listen to positive stuff. You have to, have positive friends. You have to talk to people positively. So, it's the same concept over and over, right?
Yes, sort of, in a way. But I do think that positivity comes from within. It really helps to be surrounded by positive people. But at the end of the day, you have to.
It's internal.
You have to spend time with yourself and know that even if you're having an inner monologue, that should be positive also. And that takes work. And that takes a lot of effort and it's not easy to do. But if you can achieve it at some point, it's really good matters.
That is absolutely true. I mean, it's always a work in progress. Every one of us, we're all works in progress, right? It takes day by day consistent effort. Tell us about this. Although our whole conversation has been about mental health, we've had some really good points to talk about it, and there are lots of stigmas, attached to mental health. People still now. I mean, there's a lot of difference between Pakistan and outside Pakistan, the outside world, where going to therapy and just talking about mental health, dealing with mental issues is considered something normal. It's not considered something that is atypical or something very indifferent or something that is a taboo or stereotypes or stigmas around it. What's your take into mental health?
What's my food? What's my food? This is a tough question. This is a tough question. Uh, uh, my mental health. I don't know how to answer this. It's hard to know. It's hard.
Alright, so like I'll make it a little bit easier for you. So like you know, while we are nobody talks about it, right? I feel like it's not given the due attention it needs. How can we really create a voice? How can we raise our voice towards so that people who are dealing with these kind of issues they can feel free to talk to other people about it. Not just hide all of this within themselves.
Stop pretending that depression is just something that is someplace. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not. It's the way a person is wired. That's the way it is. There's nothing you can do about it. Like someone suffers from depression. It's a real thing, and it's a real thing. And I think as a society, generally, we are not really clear enough to know how to reach them, and when we go to a therapist, it shouldn't be such a it's just common as going to the doctor, or just simple as stating that what is wrong and what is how I am.
So true. I mean, just acknowledging yourself, accepting yourself, so that you have a problem, and that's a problem you need to deal with.
Yeah. Like some people live with heart disease. Some people live with diabetes. It's the same thing. It's really the same thing. But it's not something that you're very familiar with. You haven't grown up thinking about it. But as adults, we're trying to educate ourselves. So even for us, it's very important. I know that I mistakes and I don't know what mistakes to take up in others. Even though I have suffered from it, and still it's not very common. Not very common. They just internalize it. They just forget about it. Just live with it.
That is absolutely true, Noor. Thank you so much for this. I feel like a lot of air around this issue has been, solved. Since I feel like every one of us has gone through, this kind of stuff. Every one of us has gone through some form of depression, some sort of a mental issue, right? And a lot of times, obviously, and you're so right about the fact that this is all new for us, even for scientists. I mean, just diving into brain science, it's not at all 110%, explored, right? We're still exploring brain and how it functions. So, this is an ever-growing science, and this is all new for us. But the thing is, how does it start? How does, you start with, helping yourself? It's just, start acknowledging that you have a problem to begin with, right? Just like heart disease, just like diabetes. That's very beautifully how you